Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. Before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know, follow us on all socials on X and Instagram at ViewerNonPod, on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group, on YouTube at Viewers Anonymous. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. On Patreon at patreon.com/Viewers Anonymous. And last but not least, please make sure you are listening to this or watching this on Spotify and to hit that follow button on Spotify for us. It would definitely help us out. Just search Viewers Anonymous. What's up, bro?
Can't call it. Shoot, man. Just got hit with some news today. Not the most terrible news in the world. It's just, man. It's just one of those things where you get, like, man, well, life just hits you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, right now, just processing a lot. Just processing a lot of things and trying to come up with a game plan, man, basically. But how about you, man? How you feeling? How everything going?
I'm tired.
Ah,
I'm tired. I recently started back working. Still doing DoorDash. I'm just tired, man.
I feel you, man. It's a constant grind, man.
Yeah.
Constant grind, but it'll pay out in the end.
Absolutely.
I mean,
It's worth it. Well, today's episode, man, we are giving out flowers. We are shedding light on one of the best actors out there in Hollywood. An extensive career, from TV to film. I want to say he even did Broadway, I think. Might have did Broadway. But today we are, showing our appreciation for Larenz Tate. Born in September 8th, 1975, a Chicago, Illinois native, the youngest of three brothers, which is actually crazy because all three of them are actors.
mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see what else did he do. Ended up at the drama program when they moved to California. Classmates with Malcolm Jamal Warner. And that's that, man. They was on the episode of The Twilight Zone.
I know, that's wild.
That's crazy. In 1985, my man was on The Twilight Zone. Let me see. You've seen him in Love Jones. You've seen him in Why Do Fools Fall in Love. You've seen him in Dead Presidents. He's currently on, what is it? The Power Book Saga.
Yeah, he started out. He was on Power, and then he also jumped into Power Book Ghost, Power Book 2. Yeah, his last name is actually Tate. He's Congressman Tate in that.
That's hilarious. He's been in The Fresh Prince. He was in The Royal Family. I mean, he's done it all, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. 11 award nominations, 7 wins. Critics' Choice Awards, NAACP Image Awards, Screen Actors Guild Awards, and 2 Young Artist Awards. So where do we start off, man?
I think that a person like Larenz Tate is very underappreciated because I think, this is why I appreciate what we do, right? Because shedding the light on someone like him, someone like Bokeem Woodbine, somebody like Loretta Devine and shit like that. These are people who are slept on, but in certain communities, you know what I'm saying, we try to lift those people up, right? So the quick example. So I'm strolling on Instagram, come
Right.
across this rating thing. So they have top 10 directors of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know two names that was just completely absent from that fucking list?
Who?
Spike Lee and F. Gary Gray.
That's crazy.
So what made me think of Larenz Tate is like he's one of those guys who, and even us, like even when we be rattling off names and shit, he's a name that we kind of forget. But he was in so many iconic movies, especially in the 90s, and maybe that was more of a nostalgic time, but to be in some of the movies that he was in that time period, that's what really kind of separate him from others. Like Larenz Tate gives you the hood movies like Menace to Society, you know what I'm saying, like that,
No
but
doubt.
but you also get Why Do Fools Fall in Love and Love Jones and shit. Like this dude played Quincy Jones in fucking
Right.
Ray.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he has such a dynamic where he's all over the place. Even when he plays, like even in, I don't know if you ever seen this movie. Have you ever seen Man Apart? Him and Van Diesel.
Yeah.
Like for him to be towing the line of like being from the hood, but he's a cop at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Larenz Tate, like his range is so wide, but he just don't get spoken on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it's because now I think in the 90s, even though he was on the shorter side, I think in the 90s he was kind of seen as kind of like a set symbol because of like some of the roles that he was playing. I don't think he
Love
would have been
Jones.
in like I don't think he would have been in Love Jones and Why Do Fools Fall in Love if ladies wasn't fucking with him. But
Right.
he's just one of those dudes, man, that I don't understand like why he just doesn't get mentioned when it comes to a lot of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Like in the 90s, and tell me if you agree, in the 90s, it felt like it was Omar Epps, Tay Diggs, fucking Larenz Tate. It was like who am I missing from like when you talking about like the 90s black male actor? Like who else was like
More. Oh shit! I
more
would say Morris Chestnut, but nah. In the '90s, I don't even
in
think
the
Tay Diggs was the '90s.
Tay Diggs might have been late,
In the
mid to
'90s, it
late.
was like Eddie, Martin, um, Shamar Moore, uh, um,
Because you
shit.
gotta think the Wood came out in 99.
Yeah,
So
but I'm
so
saying,
Stella had a groove that had to be like
oh no, you are right. I
95
forgot
or
about.
something.
Yeah, you're right. Tay Diggs, you're right. I forgot about Stella got a groove, but nah, Stella got a groove back. Had to be like 97, 98.
Okay. But anyway, but what you were saying?
Trying to think in the fucking '90s. I mean, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley
He
Snipes.
was he was a sex symbol back then. Like all the girls love Wesley Snipes, Denzel, um, Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? He was
Yep.
one of the ones. Um, like you said, Larenz Tate for sure. Uh, man, the '90s is a hard one
Yeah.
because it really wasn't. Because like, okay, this is why I'm saying that, right? The black the black movie surge happened between like 98 and maybe 2010, because it it was like at that point you got like Tay Diggs, you got Morris Chestnut, you got Larenz Tate, you got
Cuba Gooding Jr.
yep, he was 90s. But I
Yeah.
don't think he was a sex symbol though.
Nah, not a sex symbol. I was just meaning just like
Oh, just actors.
yeah, just actors because
Oh, okay,
like
yeah,
in the 90s,
Cuba
because
Gooding
you would see like a lot of the dudes like in like a lot of the same movies. It'd be like kind of a situation where it's like they keep casting like the same guy
I mean,
for multiple
Omar
things.
Epps. Omar Epps is definitely 90s. It was a lot of light skinned niggas for sure. I'll tell you that. It was a bunch of light skinned niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But mainly like the actors I remember were from like TV shows. It wasn't from like movies.
Yeah. But I just for me, man, he's one of those dudes, man, just super talented. And to be able to do some of the roles that he's done, I just felt like in like this dude is in one of my top 5 movies of all time.
What's that?
Like, man, you come on, man, don't play with me, man. Dead Presidents. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Dead Presidents got everything for me. Like it got, you know what I'm saying? You got the streets, you got the Vietnam War, you got the after effects of the Vietnam War, you got robbery, you know what I'm saying? You got the struggle, like it, like that movie, you know what I'm saying? And you have like a twisted fucking love story in that bitch. Like it just has like kind of like everything in it. You know what I'm saying? You got pimping in it, you know what I'm saying? With Cuddy and shit. Like it just really got Terrence Howard. I forgot about that. Terrence Howard. He was in
the Black Panthers in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like it's just that to me, like that movie just have greatness. And I think that the Hughes brothers, they don't get enough credit. You know what I'm saying? With doing this and doing Menace to Society and things like that. Like they are another like duo of
real quick. Don't mean to cut you off. I forgot Keenan Ivory Wayans in the 90s.
Yes. Low Down Dirty Shame and
Living Color, all that shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you, sucker, and all that. But yeah, like I just I don't know, man. I don't feel like there are a lot of actors who don't get appreciated, and I feel like when I mentioned Bokeem Woodbine and Loretta Devine and stuff like that, they were mainly in the background. They didn't lead a lot of roles. Like this dude co-starred and starred in a lot of roles, but for some odd reason, it's just I don't know if it's the movie selection when it comes to people who are considered like critics and things like that. But I think for people like us and like movie watching that we watch, like I mean, bro, like he was in Biker Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though he rode with Kid Rock, which you know, now you look back, you like, yeah, that was kind of crazy that Kid Rock was in that fucking movie. Like,
what, Biker Boys?
Yeah.
Nah, Kid Rock was perfect for that shit.
I mean, for that, yeah. But it's like for what he turned out to be today, it's kind of like, yeah.
Not surprised.
It's really not surprising.
Nigga named Kid Rock rapping already was already like a red flag for me. You know what I'm saying? The niggas Fred Durst and them, they had that Keep Rolling song, and then that nigga jumped on the remix. It was all bad from there. I'm like, I watch that guy.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's just I don't understand. I mean, I understand it to a certain degree because I think that there are certain things that quote unquote Hollywood is looking for, and like a star, like someone like with a staple in the game. Yeah. But I think that some of these movies that he starred in, they put it this way: the movies that he starred in he gets black love. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't think he gets what do you call it? Not social media love, but like movie critic love. Because I mean, when you like look at it, like Dead Presidents, black movie. Love Jones, black movie. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Black movie.
Uh-huh.
Biker Boys, black movie. A Man Apart, black movie. Now Crash wasn't.
Amanda Park really wasn't a black movie.
I mean, not well, yeah, because it was more because it was a lot of he was dealing with the was that the cartel? I don't well, yeah. I mean, that technically there was a cartel.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was a lot of Hispanic people in that movie. And Vin Diesel, I don't know what he like
He
identifies
like
as.
Italian and black and some shit.
Yeah, so but you know, even though Ray was critically acclaimed, it's still like a black movie.
Yeah,
You
Ray
know
is
what I mean?
definitely a black movie.
He was in Waist Deep, which we was killing. On the
Mm-hmm.
last episode,
Yeah,
black movie.
black
So
movie.
so I think like all of the movies are highly regarded in the black community, but the obvious Menace to Society, like where he first kind of like really took the reins of like because like everything really before that, other than like maybe like one thing, was all
Mm-hmm.
TV shows. So like, but this was like the first like movie to kind of kick him over the start. But the wild part was that part, if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to have been Tupac. So Tupac was supposed to have been O-Dog, but it was some stuff with the Hughes brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was just like, all right, well, we'll just give you, or it was either the Hughes brothers or because they are involved, but it was like a timing issue. I don't know if it was an album thing. I don't know if it was another movie thing, but he wouldn't have had the time to do how much filming O-Dog would have had to do. So then they was like, all right, well, we'll have you play Sharif. But then he had an issue with some of the things that Sharif was doing, and so he asked to change some stuff in the character.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Hughes brothers was like, nah. And so then they got into this fight and shit. Well, Tupac punched one of the Hughes brothers in the face. I forget which one he punched,
Yeah.
but punched one of them in the face, and then he was out of there. But just to think that you want to talk about a casting, what if whatever Tupac had going on at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a great question to ask you. What if Tupac would have played O-Dog? What do you think that do for Larenz Tate career? If he never played O-Dog and Tupac played it.
I mean, truthfully, it's what 1993. If you look at the stuff that he did the Inkwell. He was in the South Central series. He gets Dead Presidents at 1995, which to me is like that's the one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he gets that regardless. You know what I'm saying?
But
Him
like I said,
him not being in Menace, I don't. To me, right? Like we fuck with him because he in Menace. I don't think Menace had that much of an effect on everybody else like it had on us, right? Because Menace is more so like one of our stories to where when we see it, we like, yeah, that's shit that we can relate to is real. Like this is the type of shit that was happening in the hood in the early 90s. Especially the people in California who live that type of lifestyle. They definitely fuck with it, right? With Dead Presidents, people can relate to that only just on the simple fact of we all have somebody who was either in the military or certain people just are, you know what I'm saying, have went through the military. We got grandparents and shit that went through that shit. So we know what it's like for them to have to come home and deal with the shit that they were dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have first-hand accounts, but we definitely heard it from the, you know what I'm saying? We heard it from the horse's mouth. So to hear it and to see it and know that this is the type of thing he was doing. Now, even though it is a heist movie, it's still just some of the things that they were putting in that movie were way bigger than what the movie really, you know what I'm saying, talked about. Or what the movie really showed. But I think like once he gets to Dead Presidents, that's like his breakout role. We know he could do lead role. And then he turns and then goes to Love Jones. It's over from there. Because really that's the one, like Dead Presidents is big for him, but Love Jones, that's the one.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
I feel like Dead Presidents is like his breakout role, but like Love Jones is the one that kind of solidified it.
I respectfully disagree for the simple fact of I think that Ben and Menace formed that relationship because the Hughes brothers did both movies. So I think that if he never would have got casted, as O-Dog and Tupac played that role,
Tupac couldn't have played Anthony Curtis.
Well, I'm not saying that he would have, I'm not saying that he would have played Anthony Curtis.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I think that this was like a relationship hire. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, dude, we work with you, we see your potential, we see how great you could be. Now we think
93 to 95?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't see it. Cause you gotta think about it, bro. Like Rusty Cundiff and all them was doing movies then, and like niggas was just getting. I don't even think like the relationship thing was a thing at the time because he only did one movie. I could see if like he did a couple shows with him or some videos. It was just a movie. And you gotta think that movie wasn't as big as we thought it was.
True, but another reason, okay, I got an example. John Singleton and Lawrence Fishburne, right? You do Boys in the Hood,
right?
And then you turn around, 2-3 years later, and you do Higher Learning.
But it's Lawrence Fishburne, though.
I mean, it is, but what I'm saying is it also means that, like we worked this one movie before, it worked well. We did, we did a good job with it. It was pretty successful. Hey, let me bring you back, man. I got this other role. I got this other idea. And he's really kind of the same guy, really. Except he's just.
So you said, what two movies did you say? You said Higher Learning and
Boys in the Hood.
And Boys in the Hood. Okay, so he had Ice Cube and he had Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
But didn't have Cuba Gooding Jr.
No, he was
and then had nobody. You see what I'm saying? Then had nobody else from them joints. So that's what I'm saying. Like anybody could have. Like if you look at Higher Learning got Busta Rhymes in it. That could have easily been Tupac.
Yeah, but Tupac was going through so much shit at that time.
Well, not. Was he alive at that time?
Yeah, because Higher Learning came out in 95 and Tupac.
Okay, yeah. I think Tupac died in 96, right?
Yeah, 96. Okay. But then like Gridlock and shit, I think Gridlock came out in like 98 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he had already filmed that.
Yeah, he had already filmed it.
That's what I'm saying. And you look at the trajectory that Tupac was on, like that he would have been perfect for the Busta Rhymes spot. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have had, or he could have been perfect for Ice Cube spot. If we really keeping it to being.
God, that would have looked so funny though.
Who?
Like, I mean, it's like
that's his background.
It is, but it's like once you see something, the amount of time that you've seen it, it's like that's just like if you try to tell me, yo, imagine Tupac as Anthony Curtis. It's like, bro, no, I can't see nobody else as that.
That to me, that's different because it's a time period piece.
But if you look at it from a time period piece,
and that's why I said, like, to me, I feel like Larenz Tate could have got that regardless because it's a time period piece. With Tupac, it make more sense for him to be in Higher Learning than it does for him to be a part of Dead Presidents, if you see what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me throw this at you. So same scenario.
Mhm.
Tupac being O-Dog. Do you think that that the Hughes brothers would have been able to sell Dead Presidents to I think it was New Line Cinema, I think.
If Tupac was O-Dog,
No. But yeah, if Tupac was
right,
O-Dog
right,
and we didn't see Larenz Tate as O-Dog,
right.
and then they go to pitch Dead Presidents,
Yeah.
and they say, yeah, I want this dude Larenz Tate
Hmm.
to be like my main character.
Absolutely.
I don't
And I
know,
tell you,
man.
and I tell you
I just
why.
don't feel like he done enough at that
And
point.
it don't matter about him doing enough. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if Tupac is O-Dog, then Menace becomes a very successful movie, a super successful movie. Because Menace came out in what,
93.
93. Tupac is at the height, damn near the height of his career.
Well,
We're starting at the height of
starting
his career.
because Juice came out in 92.
Right. But Tupac wasn't, he was still with Digital Underground around that time. He wasn't a solo artist.
Yeah.
Because he
I,
was
I
only a solo artist for what, maybe 2-3 years?
yeah, and then all the fucking albums just got coming out because
Yeah,
you just
that's what I'm
had so
saying.
much work.
Right.
But yeah, look, I feel you. I feel you. Because I'm pretty sure now I know Menace to Society is a New Line Cinema, but we had that conversation before that New Line Cinema was a new company and they was giving
A lot
black
of black
people
movies that
all
was coming. Like
like
we done already went down that rabbit
yeah,
hole
we
of
went down
how
that
they
rabbit
do it.
hole
But that's
because
what I'm saying.
even because
I don't think their presidents even goes to New Line Cinema then. I think it goes to something totally different because I'm telling you the success that Minister Society would have had if Tupac would have been O-Dog, the movie would have probably been different because it would have been focused around O-Dog instead of Kane. All that shit changes.
yeah, because even Tyron
Tyron
Turner,
Turner, he didn't get
yeah,
shit after
he
that.
wasn't even he wasn't even
That's
you know
my
what I'm saying a
point.
name.
Lorenz Tate just did a great job to the point to where he's the more memorable character in that film, even though the movie is about Kane. So, like I said, after Minister Society, he does a TV series the same year, and then 1994 he does The Inkwell,
Never heard
and
of it.
then the same year he does South Central, the TV show South Central, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets on Dead Presidents as a lead role. And
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. To me, that movie didn't do the success that we think it did because look at what he ended up doing. He does Minister Society. He's in the TV show. He does The Inkwell. The Inkwell, for some people, is a great movie. I've never fully seen it, but it's a movie full of like black people. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? To the point to
Okay.
where like they seen him in that role and was like, "Excuse me, we got to get this guy in some films." He did 2 projects in '93, 2 projects in '94, and then he get Dead Presidents.
Okay. So the estimated budget for Menace to Society was 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So opening weekend, it did 3.8. Now, when they go to worldwide gross, it did 27.9.
Right.
So first of all, you tripled your money.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide, but it's still coming to you. So what you're saying is
What did it
if
do opening weekend?
3.8.
That's what they care about. I guarantee. Worldwide is cool. Don't get me wrong, because worldwide just means as long as it's in theaters, what it does.
But you
And what it
thinking
does on VA, I think worldwide is theaters and like what it sells when it get to like VHS and all that shit.
yeah. But I also now I do agree with your point that it would have been a bigger movie simply
Mm-hmm.
because of what Ernest Dickerson, what I'm saying, was able to do with Juice and Tupac and all this type of shit. Because to see Tupac like back to back Juice Menace to Society,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But I also think that it's still no slouch to
No. It's not a
Lorenz.
slouch. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Larenz anything that I'm saying doesn't reflect on Larenz Tate. What I'm saying is just the movie itself. Because, like I
Yeah,
said, Larenz Tate is the most memorable character in that
he
film.
really is.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. So that's that. I'm saying the film itself, right? Tyron Turner and everybody else in that film, they're just not as. I mean, like you got what Nia Long in that film.
and what
Was that Nia
Menace?
Long in Menace?
No, that was Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got people in there, but it's just like it's not even Jada Pinkett. Like her shit wasn't even that. Clifton Powell is in it. Like we got the cast.
Yeah,
It's just the film just isn't that memorable because it's following Kane's story, right?
the,
Now, if you change it and follow O-Dog's story and have Tupac play O-Dog, that movie goes throughout the fucking gym. It's out the gym. It's gone. You feel what I'm saying? But or even if you change it and make it Larenz Tate and make it O-Dog's story, to me, I just feel like O-Dog is the character that they should have made it about, even though they didn't, right? Or they could
yeah.
have made it about O-Dog through the perspective of Kane, but they didn't. They really just made it just about Kane and whether or not he was going to get out the hood. It didn't connect with America the way it was supposed to.
Of course it wasn't.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And especially in the 90s, right? Because this is supposed to be a gritty look into what life is like in the hood in California. But the truth of the matter is nobody else actually cared outside of us. So then when
Yeah,
you do a movie like Dead Presidents, right? Dead Presidents is like a clean slate at this point because A, it's a timepiece period, right? I mean, it's a time period piece. B, it's actually involving stuff that actually happened in the world. So we talking about what was it, Vietnam?
no, yeah, Vietnam. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vietnam.
So we talking about the Vietnam War. Then we talking about people coming back from war, adjusting to society during a time in America where revolution is happening. You still got racism happening. You know what I'm saying? And then they in Chicago.
No, New York. That was
They
in the
in New
Bronx.
York.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Well, even better. They in New York, dealing with everything that they was going through in the 70s in New York. Like it's that's a totally different thing. Putting Larenz Tate in that to me is a quarter flip because you don't really know what you're gonna get from that, right? But you know that the story in itself is good because what it ends up being is you end up seeing a heist movie. That's really all it is. It ends up becoming a heist movie. It's a war movie at first, and then it turns into this heist movie. So it's something different that you've never seen before. Like you never expected this to happen. Blah blah blah. Like everybody's good in it. But to me, in that film, the surrounding players were good in that film as well. You know what I'm saying? And you got Keith David who killing it. You know what I'm saying? You got Clifton Powell who killing it. Terrence Howard killed it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody did their part in that film. So that film is I'm assuming way better than what Menace did. Like what was the numbers opening weekend and all that for Dead Presidents?
for Dead Presidents, it was okay. So estimated budget was 10 million. Shout out to them to be able to get 10 million in what basically 94.
That's what I'm saying.
So opening weekend, damn, 7.9
Mm-hmm.
and worldwide 24.1.
So worldwide, it didn't do better than Menace, but we know why. Because Menace is more like a cult classic. But Dead Presidents opening weekend did way better than Menace. Even though it didn't do good, it did way better than Menace.
Yeah, because they didn't get their money back.
And that's what I'm saying. So
which
it really don't have no effect. Now, this is why I say that his breakout role was Dead Presidents. But the one, right? Like the one that got him there was Love Jones. Because Love Jones is not only a cult classic, but Love Jones is one of those movies that, regardless of who you talk to, if you talk to people of a certain age and you talk about Love Jones, Oh man, they quoting that movie left and right. They quoting the poem, like all of that shit. It's been used in multiple references throughout media. Like Love Jones is the one that really got him to where he needed to be.
And before I rebuttal, so damn, I thought it would be a little high. um, so if y'all are tired of energy drinks to give y'all little to no results, then W Energy got you covered with a selection of energy and hydration drink mix, which I am on lemonade today. Um, very has a lot of unique flavors, great tasting flavors. No jitters, no crash, zero sugar, zero filters, just clean energy.
That's right. And with ingredients like coffee fruit extract, B vitamins, and many, many more, W is the best choice of energy or hydration. You can even get a cool shaker to mix your drink in with designs inspired by creators, anime, and even video games. And right now, W has a special anime collaboration that they're doing with the Solo Leveling anime. They have shakers and they actually have three drink mixes that are inspired by that show. So head on over to w.gg and use code VAPOD for 10% off your order. That's w.gg with the code VAPOD. Fuel up and stay focused with W.
All right, so I agree with you because I think that this really showed his range after coming off of quote unquote two hood classics.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into, you know what I'm saying, the rom-com era, which when you go into the romantic side, when it comes to quote unquote black love, right? Unfortunately, it don't sell. They went out on a limb. Now, it's well respected in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Love Jones is just one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I say that this movie was a stretch,
yeah,
was because the budget, 10 million, right? Opening weekend, 3.9. And worldwide.
Who's the production house in this? Is this also like New Line Cinema?
Let me see. Does it say who the production house is? What is that? Otis Webster Pictures.
Oh yeah, never mind.
So it ain't nothing.
Maybe,
that's probably one. Yeah, that's probably one of those up and companies who, because like this is the thing. There was a lot when you go back and watch a lot of those movies from the 90s. There's a lot of shit that don't exist anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Touchstone's Pictures. And what was it, Sawyer? I think it was like Sawyer Pictures or something like that.
That was TV.
That was TV.
Yeah, that was like Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Yeah, like so we saw like a lot of these like sister companies back in the 90s, and it's just like basically really all of them really kind of got bought out or just ran out of business because I think they
MGM
gave like
is the only one that's kind of like still standing.
Like MGM, Fox, Paramount, and Columbia, and Universal.
Columbia, Universal, Sony.
Yep, I miss Sony. So that those are like the big dogs. But all of these New Line Cinemas and all of that type shit, like, is because they gave out a lot of shots. They gave a lot of shots to people, and unfortunately, this one didn't hit because this is the thing. Like I said, like when it comes to like black love stories, like this movie was a stretch to make. Like this had to be one of those movies where it's like, yo, we might not make back what we went into it, but it's gonna be revered as something special. It's gonna be revered as something that only a certain part of our audience is gonna appreciate. Yeah. And I think that's what Love Jones is. As good as now, you want to hear something crazy, bro? Don't quit on me. I finally watched it all the way through, like
Mm-hmm.
last year. Like I've always seen like pieces of it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like where you watch just regular cable TV and you'll see like
Right.
his own and you just catch it from wherever. I never seen it all the way through until
Talking
like
about Love Jones?
yeah, till like last year.
Man, I'm so tired of that damn movie. My cousins used to watch that shit non-stop, bro. Non-stop. Bro, Darius Love Hall is my mortal enemy.
Damn, that bad, huh?
Because of that, bro. I've seen that movie so many fucking times, bro. That and Bring It On. I hate them movies.
Yo, that is hilarious.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. I hate them movies. But nah, my cousins used to watch that shit all the goddamn time too, bro. So much so to where when I was in high school, I started doing poetry because of that movie.
Man, and like watching it, I'm like, all right, man. Like, like I appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do, and you want to know if they would have been, well, they would have been because I think she's about the same age as them. That would have been the perfect movie for Jill Jones, Jim Jones. Oh my God, for Jill Scott, or at least,
If she was like
at least had like a cameo or something. Because I'm thinking in the night,
she wasn't big enough.
nah, she definitely wasn't big enough. Because Jill, I mean, shit, who is Jill Scott? Didn't come out till like 2003 or something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
2002.
She wasn't big enough. She was. I think she was still doing shit with like the Roots and like house shows and shit.
Yeah, like she wasn't popping yet. But I'm just
Yeah.
meaning like I don't think people know like her poetry side. Is what I'm saying.
Like yeah, her or Erica Badu could have killed that shit.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily like in the role, just as because you know how they're just like it'll be just somebody on stage doing
like
something.
cameos and shit.
Yeah. Like that would have been a dope cameo for her.
Mm-hmm.
To be, like do some of her own shit. But
Yeah.
but then he kind of he do the Postman, which I didn't see. But
I'm about to say Kevin Costner, but that's not. Kevin Costner is the one. What's the fucking movie? Waterworld, I think. Who? Not Kevin Costner. What's dude's name, man?
I mean, Kevin Costner is in that movie.
He is in Postman.
Yeah, he's the Postman.
Okay, never mind. I am thinking of the right one. Then he was in Waterworld too, though, wasn't he?
Waterworld.
No, that might have been Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm getting my whites mixed up. My fault, y'all. No, yeah. Okay, so I remember that. Yeah, Kevin Costner.
He was in the Perfect World.
Yeah, that's not. I think Mel Gibson is Waterworld.
Okay.
Or maybe.
But no, you're right.
Waterworld? Right. Mel Gibson?
Yeah. No. You're right.
Kevin Costner is in Waterworld?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, seeing both of them. All right. Okay, yeah.
You're right.
I seen both of them movies. That's why I'm sitting here trying to think. The dude that I'm thinking, I can't think. I know I've seen his face. I can't think of his fucking name. It'll come to me later.
Nah, but you are right. That's a good call. Yeah. Good call.
I seen them in my DirecTV days. I mean, in my Dish Network and DirecTV days.
Dude, I only seen a few Kevin Costner movies.
Oh, man. Waterworld and The Postman. Postman is a great movie, actually. Waterworld is a little different because it's just niggas on boats. But no, I'm dead ass serious. Like the world floods and they have to now like travel on boats everywhere. Like there's no land nowhere. And they got to make like little cities and towns and shit in the water. It's wild. But no, The Postman is good. The Postman is it's like a post-apocalyptic film about this dude who's supposed to be like trying to get a letter to somebody. So he goes through like everything trying to get this fucking letter across. But it's a great movie. I don't remember Larenz Tate in that at all though.
Yeah, I never seen it. But then you go into Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, like you do, you do kind of in a way, two of them kind of back to back in a way. But he's on a little run now, if you
Yeah.
ask me. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm not gonna say on the run
It's a mini one because
because
93.
what happens after the Postman,
Okay, you got Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
and then after
Right?
that he got like a 3 year hiatus, and then 2005 I think is the next film.
No, 2003. Where he comes. Well, no. So
No,
okay.
what? Why do
No, no,
fools
no,
fall in
no.
love is when
That was 98.
98.
So he did, which I think was a video with
Yep.
Will Smith, Wild Wild West. Now
Mm-hmm.
he did do a movie called Love Come Down. Never
Yep.
seen it, never heard of it. Then he was in Angie Stone's video,
Right.
brother. But then 2003, he got two movies that are, like I say, lower tier in the world, but in the black community it could be held high. Biker Boys and A Man Apart come out in the same year.
Okay, Biker Boys is not held high in the black community.
Well, it's not.
Man Apart ain't either.
Okay, but this is what I mean by that. We are the audience. Is what I mean. Maybe it's not
Biker
highly
Boys?
regarded. Yeah,
Nah.
man. Don't say that like you never seen Biker
promise-
Boys.
No, I definitely watch Biker Boys, but I'm telling you, Biker because what is his name? Dude from fucking Stump the Yard was in Biker Boys, wasn't it?
No, Derek Luke was in that.
Same thing, man.
Man,
Same guy. Same guy.
Man, Lawrence Fishburne was in that, man.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of Torque. Never mind.
Yeah. See, you thinking of Torque.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What you talking about? Lawrence Fishburne was in this. Derek
Biker
Luke,
Boys,
Orlando Jones.
because Lawrence Fishburne was daddy. And
how do you say what's the name, dude? How you say his name? Desmond
Damon Hinchu.
Yeah,
Lisa
Bonet was in
Lisa
this.
Bonet was his mom.
Man,
or no, his girlfriend. Lisa Bonet was
his girlfriend. Yeah, Rick Gonzalez, Megan Good. What are you talking about? There's a lot of people in fucking Biker Boys.
No, Biker Boys was a great movie. I'm saying, but it wasn't made for niggas though. I'm sorry. I promise you, it was not made for niggas. We was riding motorcycles, but like that was like
that. We don't know a lot of black like biker crew.
Yeah, you gotta be in the know to know like black motorcycle clubs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like if you ain't been around nobody that's in a motorcycle club, you don't know shit about black motorcycle clubs.
No, I guess what I'm saying. Okay, let me see if my theory holds up. All right. Because I got a theory with Larenz Tate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the budget.
What the fuck did he do in Biker Boys?
I told you he was with Kid Rock crew, and Megan Good was his sister.
I gotta go back and watch Biker Boys. I don't remember none of this shit, bro. I'm getting my movies mixed up too.
He was Kid Rock's mechanic. He was the one that worked on Kid Rock's bike and shit.
Okay.
So, all right. So the estimated budget was $24 million.
Mm-hmm.
Opening week, 10.1. Worldwide, 23.5. So even worldwide, they didn't make back. What I'm saying is, when you look at the movies that he's done,
mm-hmm.
they are really only appreciated by a certain audience. And I think that's why Larenz Tate don't get mentioned a lot when it comes to great actors, because a lot of the general public don't be seeing the movies that he's in.
No, they go see him. The thing is nigga, he's not the lead.
Not in this, no. Now, like, even, okay, do you go to movies or do you appreciate people who are like the co-star? Like they're the second.
Absolutely. We talk about Loretta Devine all the time.
So, A Man Apart. He's really like the next guy
Vin Diesel.
because he's his partner. Yeah, but Vin Diesel
And
is
that's
the
at the
main
height
attack.
of Vin Diesel. That's like knock around guys like that shit.
So this movie, estimated budget, 36 million.
Mm-hmm.
Open the weekend, 11.2.
Yeah, but
What?
Vin Diesel didn't get popping until Triple X.
But hold on. So A Man Apart came out 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when did the first? I think it came out 2000. I think the first one came. Yep, I was right. The first Fast and Furious came out 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Triple X came out 2002.
Right.
So this motherfucker was on a run. This boy went on a run after that.
That's what I'm saying. And then he started doing stupid ass movies too, though. Don't forget about that because he did that.
That pacifier movie or some shit like that.
Yep. He did the pacifier. He did another one too. Because Knock Around Guys, I think, was 1998, 1999.
Let's see. So.
And he wasn't a star in Knock Around Guys either, but he was definitely one of the main guys in it.
Yo, I did not know this. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Did you know he was in New Jack City?
I wouldn't be surprised.
They say he was a bouncer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now I got to go back and watch New Jack City because I do not remember.
When did Knock Around Guys come out?
So Knock Around Guys was... Oh, I forgot he was in Saving Private Ryan. So The Boiler Room was 2000. Pitch Black was 2000. Knock Around Guys was 2001. Same year as Fast and the Furious came out.
Okay. Yeah. And then after Triple X, you said it was Man Alive, right? I mean, Man on Fire.
A Man Apart.
Man Apart. What was after Man Apart?
The second Chronicles of Riddick, because the first one came out in 2000.
The first one was popping. The second one was bad. Damn. So this is this is where he was taking that dive.
Yeah, but the pacifier was in 2005. And then Find Me Guilty, and then Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
That's when he started popping again. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fast and Furious. The other Fast and Furious is when he started popping again.
Yeah, he did Babylon AD.
Horrible.
Then Fast and the Furious, then Wheelman, then another Chronicles of Riddick.
Wheelman was horrible.
Then really the rest of it is just Riddick. It just really, yo, how does motherfucker do? Is Riddick in Fast and the Furious and Guardian of the Galaxy, which he ain't even really in. I Am Groot.
Yeah.
Like,
he's smart.
Anyway, true, because all of that shit make bread.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of what I'm saying is, and this was my whole theory, and I proved my whole theory. Now, other than Crash, but he wasn't a main character in Crash. He was just, well, really, when you think about Crash, first of all, I didn't get it at the time of like why it won all these fucking awards that it won.
Oh man, that movie was deep.
It is very deep, but I don't really think it's like a main person because like there's so many big people in it and there's so many different storylines. Like I don't even really think it's like
I don't think it's the main person in there either.
Yeah, because it's so many stories and it's really kind of spread out so much, but like. I feel like his movies, like I say, it's an appreciated by a certain audience. Because even when you think of somebody like Loretta Devine, even a lot of her movies are really mostly appreciated by us. Now, yeah, she stepped into Urban Legends and she was in that movie. Mm-hmm. But like other than that, like Loretta Devine was mainly in mostly a lot of like black films.
Yeah, but also she don't really get lead roles.
Yeah, she don't. And even really after that, because you think about it, like I said, Crash, then he plays, you know what I'm saying, Quincy Jones in 2004 in Ray. Now he was in. Now that's great for him to be in two movies that are critically acclaimed. It was. But if those movies win Great Picture, That's why I don't know. If a movie win Great Picture, do everybody get an Oscar? Just the person that created it and directed
Just
it,
the
right?
director
Yeah.
and best
Okay.
pictures, I think like director, writer, that type shit. Best
Yeah.
actor is what they get pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, they get
But
recognized for it, like you know what I'm saying. But I don't think they get.
yeah. But it does help to go into a room and have Crash and Ray on your resume.
Uh-huh.
For them to be what they were, I think it helps for them to be
And
on your resume.
I think that counts for why it's longevity.
Exactly. So then he's in 187 Ride or Die. Never seen that. But then he's in Waist Deep playing Lucky. Now, you want to talk about a black film?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why? Why Tyrese kids always getting kidnapped, man?
That movie is horrible in real life.
It really is. They going around robbing houses, him and Megan
Yo,
Good
wait a minute. Time out.
that he just met.
The fucking game is the bad
Yeah.
guys, right?
Yes. Yes. Coming off of Belly too. You know what I mean?
If you don't got good things to say, don't say them.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Yo, listen.
Trash.
Yo. We gotta do Waist Deep, man. Yeah.
No, we don't. We really don't. We
Yo,
could really move on from that. We don't
bro, he just met this woman.
have
And
already.
now they
I mean,
now
I ain't
they,
mad he's making good. I get it,
but no, just for them to go around and she helping him rob places so he could get the money to get his son back from the game, bro.
yeah.
Like, yo, I don't know you. Fuck your son. You know what I'm saying? Why am I going? And then, bro, then she takes the son, go across the border with him, put him in school, and now he's walking on the sand with no shoes, with a horse in
Where's
his
this
hand.
nigga's mama at? This
Yo,
nigga
bro.
ain't got no family that's gonna be worried about this child.
Hey, boy, we got to revisit Waist Deep, boy.
Man, horrible. Man.
Hey, boy, come on,
Horrible.
Larenz. And Larenz was a snitch in the movie. Damn, that's fucked up. But really after that, man, it's it's a lot of TV shows here and there. Some movies that a lot of people probably haven't seen.
Mhm.
Then he comes back, he does Deuces, which is still a TV movie, but you know what I'm saying, regarded in the hood and shit. He was in Girls Trip, which ended up being quote unquote a big film.
Mhm.
And like I say, like what really kind of got him like back up there again, back on the scene is when he joined Power. You know what I'm saying? Where he was Congressman Tate, and then he went into Power Book 2 Ghost, which he was also Congressman Tate. So now I'm looking at his upcoming shit.
Mhm.
He's supposed to be in that new Michael movie.
Michael
Jackson. You know who he's playing?
Hit me.
Barry Gordy. So he gonna play Quincy Jones and Barry Gordy. Yeah. You look so like the disappointment on your face.
I really am. Why are we making a Michael Jackson movie?
Well, you know who's playing Michael. You ain't been seeing this shit?
Who's playing? Please,
You haven't been seeing this?
no. Who's playing Michael?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Jermaine's son. I believe it's Jermaine's. Yeah. It's one of the brothers, but I'm I'm 90% sure it's Jermaine Jackson's son that's playing Michael.
Why? Just let Michael Jackson live live. Let, Michael, let Michael Jackson rest in peace, man. God damn. Just let it go, bruh. Enjoy his music. Enjoy all the shit he did before. We don't need to make a Michael Jackson movie. We have multiple Michael Jackson movies.
I'm just surprised you ain't been hearing about this shit.
I don't want to hear about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to hear
I didn't know Larenz Tate until I'm looking at the IMDb. I did not know he was.
He's playing Barry Gordy.
Yes.
Who played Barry Gordy in Dreamgirls?
Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
Barry Gordy was involved.
It's the Supremes.
They are. Hold on. So
was it Jamie Foxx?
Was Jamie Foxx actually playing fucking Barry? Does it say?
I believe so.
But they had different names though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but technically he's Barry Gordy.
Yeah, you're
right. Barry Gordy was with
right.
Diana Ross, right?
Yeah, you are right.
Jamie Foxx was supposed to be playing Barry Gordy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because it what? Hold on. No, because he no. He was because Danny Glover was what's the name's guy? Jimmy Early's guy, Eddie Murphy, and he ended up leaving him to go. Yeah, you're right. Damn, I ain't even thinking about
Beyonce was supposed to be Diana Ross.
Yep.
And then Jennifer Hudson was the lady who sung the song, and I forgot who the third girl is.
So who
was it? Latoya Luckett? No, I wasn't no goddamn Latoya. What am I saying? I don't remember who the third girl was in Dreamgirls.
What's her name? Neil, something Neil. I think Sharon Neal, I think. Oh, it was another girl. She was the replacement. Cause she came in and took over when the other girl had left. The girl that you didn't watch that. Damn. I was gonna say the girl. Oh, you didn't watch Power. Cause the girl, the original girl that was in the group, the darker skinned girl, she was the one that was fucking with Eddie Murphy. And then she ended up leaving the group, and then they brought in no, I'm lying. The Sharon Neal replaced Jennifer Hudson because Jennifer Hudson left.
Yeah. I'm saying it was Jennifer Hudson, it was Beyonce, and it was another girl.
Yeah.
It's three people in the Supremes. I'm trying to think who I don't remember who the third person was in that group.
Oh, you mean in real life?
No, I'm talking about in the movie.
In the movie.
Yeah.
I forget that girl's name. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look, I feel you. Like this is one of those things. If it come out, it's free. It's on the streaming service. Mm-hmm. I may check it out just to see. But I mean, it ain't nothing that I'm dying for. I'm kind of with you.
What, the Michael Jackson movie?
Yeah, it's like, do we really need another fucking Michael movie? But my whole look, this is my whole thing, and this is not to. I promise y'all, I'm really trying to. My whole intentions of this is to give flowers and lift up Larenz Tate, but I feel like one of those things where it is. I think that there are reasons for certain things. You know, like my greatest example, which I use this example all the fucking time. When you look at Rhapsody, her skill is better than like 95% of any female rapper that y'all see, but she don't get the looks or the accolades or the plays and stuff of all of these other women for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's appearance, whether it's the content that she's rapping, whatever, she only gets seen or heard, well, in her case, heard by a certain audience. I think that Larenz Tate is only mostly seen from a certain audience, so his name does not really get mentioned with a lot of these other people because I don't think he surpassed. Like, in a way, it kind of feels like, he didn't break like that color barrier. If I'm making any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
it's like a
he never
crossover.
was gonna
Like
do
he
that
never
though.
really
That's what I'm
crossed
saying. He
over.
wasn't. This is for me when I see like certain actors, especially black actors, that get in those spaces that quote unquote break the color barrier or start like going mainstream. You have to be a lead in that, right? Like Tay Diggs is one of those guys who's done it. Morris Chestnut is one of those guys who's done it. Um, Anthony Anderson is one of those guys who's done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they have lead roles. Like they have lead roles to where they can actually carry a movie. They can actually make a movie go. You know what I'm saying? Like Larenz Tate. Not saying that he can't make a movie go, but he don't have the lead roles to be able to. You know what I'm saying? Like make that transition.
Yeah.
And I think it's a honestly I think that you know what I'm saying it's a slight, to be honest with you, because we know how good Larenz Tate is. We know that Larenz Tate can do so many different things. Like remember, he was on Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he can act, like he can carry a movie, he can play different stuff. Like he has range. We know he has all the skills to do it. It's just, bro, he just never got the shot to be. And maybe like you said, maybe because he's a shorter guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a, you know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily like he is, and this is what that's why I said Love Jones, because like Love Jones had him being like a sex symbol,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't necessarily really have the look for it, if that makes sense. Like without Love Jones, I don't think he'd ever be considered that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
So I think that's another thing that it is too. Like not necessarily saying like he does, because women love him. We already know that. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
I don't think across the board when you go to different areas they're gonna look at him like, oh, he's you know he's the like he's not Boris Kojo.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
He's not Shamar Moore. He's not Morris Chestnut. He's not Tay Diggs. Like he don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that I think that's just one of those things. Like he's never going to be in that. I think what he's doing on Power, and as far as like, because I heard he's supposed to get his own spinoff or something like that, or he's supposed to be a part of a spinoff or something like that. Like to me, that makes, you know what I'm saying. Like he is a TV guy, to be honest with you. I don't know if
And
he.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, none. That's a great thing to be, especially
Yeah,
nowadays. That's a great thing to be. But I think honestly, he's a TV guy.
true, true. And like I said, it's a really good lane to be in,
Mm-hmm.
especially now, since you know it used to be TV was kind of like the pathway into being on the big screen,
Yep.
but now because a lot of movies are going to streaming services,
And a
it's
lot
like
of
it's kind
shows
of
are on streaming
yeah.
services.
So it's like it don't even really matter that much anymore. That's
Right.
why we're seeing like a lot of big actors being in TV shows now because it's like, yo, this is a constant check. This is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these movies, even big blockbuster movies, are going either straight to streaming services or it's like, you know, where it's a deal where like it's an Apple movie, so we're gonna put it in the theaters for 2 weeks and then it's gonna be on Apple. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, so really, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a TV person.
Right.
We talked about it before. It's about being a working actor, and that right there, you're working. You're putting time in because you have episodes. So it's like instead of having a hour 30-minute movie, you know what I'm saying? You having like an hour of content for 10 episodes in some
Yeah.
cases. So yeah, but I just
Absolutely.
felt like it. Yeah, I just you know, this was one of my picks. I just felt like, you know, Larenz Tate, you know, deserves a little bit of flowers because
Absolutely.
I don't think he's gonna get it in certain places. But you got your top three.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, it's definitely going to be Love Jones, Dead Presidents, and Menace to Society.
Okay. So I got obviously, I mean Dead President. That Dead President is one of my favorite movies of all time. Um I'm going to go Menace, and I'm gonna go A Man Apart. Like
Okay.
I really fuck with that movie. I don't know a lot of people who's even seen it,
Right.
but and I also wanted to pick something where he was like, like in like, cause I mean, cause Ray's a better movie, obviously, but he ain't even really in it that much. You know what I'm saying? He's really like a background guy in Ray. So I wanted to pick something where he at least was a co-lead. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna go those three. I'm gonna go A Man Apart is my other movie.
Cool. Cool. Um, do you want to get into? I mean, do you want? Let's go ahead and get into the coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right. My phone is down. So what do we have next, my brother?
Oh man. Yes. We got a comedy coming for you, man. We got a movie that I highly regard this movie. And I was telling you about it because we just had this Valentine's Day. We just had this um holiday come up not too long ago, so it was running all day that day, and we got Groundhog Day coming up.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell y'all, I'm not like a Bill Murray guy,
Mm-hmm.
but this fucking movie is fucking hilarious. And to think about the possibilities of what you would do if you were stuck in the same day over and over and
Oh,
over
yeah,
again.
for sure.
I just think the concept of that is I honestly I wanted to put this on the list because I would want to know what would you do if you knew that you're gonna wake up no matter what happens, because he figured out he died. He was like, yo, and he woke up the next day. I want to know what are the things Scoots Brunson is doing if he's stuck in the same day.
Oh man.
Yo, don't tell me now. Don't tell it now.
Oh no,
But
I got you. I got you. Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh man,
oh man, the possibilities, man, the
for
possibilities.
sure.
Yes. So we got Groundhog Day coming up.
Cool, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this episode, if you didn't like this episode, if you too are a fan of Larenz Tate, just like we are, hit us up and let us know on socials, like we mentioned before. You can hit us up personally. You can find me on X or Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio, and you can follow me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at S.Foster8 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. And that's all I got, man.
Cool. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.